Hi.
So I'm super duper excited to be here in Raleigh with my sister. That's Kimmy. And I had mentioned earlier that I was going to share, because this is the month of National Adoption Month, is November. So, and for those of you who knew or didn't know, I was adopted. I was adopted at 2 weeks old. And growing up, I grew up an only child, so I didn't have brothers and sisters growing up, but I always knew that I had brothers and sisters. So, which made me really want to find them so much worse, right? I mean, I just knew that there were people out there that I was connected to. And so after college, found my family. And this is my sister.
Hi.
So I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, all full blood. I was the youngest of 4, the only one given up for adoption. And anyway, it's just really a cool story. It's such a blessing. And I'm so thankful to have my sister. And so we were just going to kind of share a little bit of our stories. Because,
My point of view and then her point of view.
Right. So we met in, gosh, what year was it? 1994, 95? Maybe.
How old is G?
Georgie, he's 18.
And we met, 2 years prior?
Right, so about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 years.
Right, so, gosh, has it been 20 years?
I know, right? It kind of like
We still look good.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. All right, so anyway, so we met then in Dallas, Texas, in Arlington. So I went out there, I got the note. How should I start this?
Just as you're going,
Yeah.
having a conversation.
Okay, so it was so funny because we went to lunch with Melissa Hilliard and she asked us questions and we were like, God, we should have Facebook Live that then, because it just flew, it flowed so naturally. Anyway, and she asked how I found my family. Well, I filled out this form because I was a public adoption. So I filled out a form with the Department of Children and Family Services and paid $200 to be put at the top of the list. And a couple of days later, this guy calls me and he's like, hey, so I'm going to start on your adoption inquiry and I'll let you know what I find out. And so I swear it was like 3 days later, he called and he's like, okay, so I found your mom and she told me to tell you that she loves you and she can't wait to talk to you. Here's her name and here's her number. And I was just like, well, okay, like now what do I do? And then a few weeks later, I was like, I'm flying to Arlington all by myself to go meet this family that I've never met. And it was absolutely amazing.
Our mother called me and woke me up. I was working second shift at that time in restaurants, so I was sleeping when she called. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. And she said, I want to tell you a story, tell you about a young woman who had 3 children and found herself pregnant again and about to give birth to a child that she could not care for properly because her husband, our biological father, was not taking care of us. And she just was lost. She didn't know what she could do. So she decided to make sure to give Marianne up for adoption and to make sure that she went to a good family that had college backgrounds. And she kissed all her little fingers and all her little toes and made sure she was good and handed her to her new family. And I said, Mom, are you talking about you? And she said, yeah. I said, oh my gosh, are you telling me I have a sister out there? And she said, yeah. And I said, is she full-blooded? She said, yep. And she said she's going to be here tomorrow. And at that time I lived in Memphis, 8 hours away from Arlington. And I said, well, you sure as hell ain't going to meet her without me. So I flew out from Little Rock to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. I was there the next day. And I know Marianne was like nervous as all get out, but we met in a hotel lobby.
Yeah, because I was not staying with y'all. Like, I didn't know who you were. They were like, oh, you can stay with us. I was like, hey, no way I'm gonna stay with you. Y'all might be crazy.
Axe murderers.
I know, right? So I stayed at the Holiday Inn by myself. And then we met the next day, I guess? Or did I fly in and
I don't
we met?
know.
No, I flew in and then we met that evening.
Was it? Okay, I know we went to dinner.
Right.
So it was the Rangers were playing, and if any of you are baseball fans, you know that their home is in Arlington, Texas. So it was very busy in the hotel, and I remember standing up on the second or third stairs so that I could look down into the hotel lobby and see people as they were entering into the hotel lobby. And I remember the rest of the family. Monica was there. Our mom was there. Grandma was there.
Yeah, Grandma was there.
Hyman was there, wasn't he?
No, Hyman was
Okay.
Hyman is our brother.
brother.
I didn't meet him for like a couple years after.
Oh, okay. And I remember them saying, "Is that her? Is that her?" And I said, "No, that's not her. No, that's not her." And I would scan people's eyes as they were walking, and all of a sudden I looked and I said, "There she is. She's right there. That's Marianne." So she came over, and it was like an instant bond.
Yeah.
I mean, we locked eyes, and it was like a chemistry that was totally overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah. So when I walked in, it was like I was looking around going, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And then there's this group of people, and same thing, locked eyes, and it was like automatically knew that's my sister.
Yeah.
That's my family. Like, aside from the fact that we sort of kind of all look alike, but it was just crazy. It was really, really crazy. And then we went to dinner.
Yep. Went to a pizza joint.
Yep.
And then we didn't want to say goodbye, so the
went to
younger
play
crowd.
pool.
Well, the younger crowd,
Oh,
the
that's right.
sisters. We went and we said, "Let's just go play a game of pool." It took 2 hours
To play
finish
one game
of
of
pool. And the whole time we were finishing each other's sentences. We were, we can look at each other and not even growing up, and we don't have to talk. We don't have to speak a word. We know exactly what we're thinking, and it's amazing. It's like totally an Oprah moment. And so my husband at that time was still back in Memphis. Monica had her husband.
She's our other sister.
And then,
So she went home, and she had Anthony, who was 4. So
and
she
then
had to
Mom
go home.
had her place.
Right.
And so she goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be all alone." I mean, after she got to know us, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I've got to go spend the night." And I said, "No, I'll come spend the night with you."
Yes.
So
Oh my gosh, that was so much
I know. We slept in the same bed.
We did.
Just had met.
Right. And we sat up until 3 in the morning, and we compared feet.
And freckles.
And freckles, and like what we like to read, and what we like to eat.
Oh, we couldn't
and,
shut up.
Like, we couldn't stop talking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that we didn't just go all night.
I know.
But it was so neat just to see the similarities, the mannerisms that were the same, kind of how we talked being, similar, and we hadn't grown up together.
And she's 2 years younger than I am.
Right.
So,
yeah,
just to give
Monica's
you
in between us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And her birthday's on Monday, so happy
My
birthday!
birthday.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday to Kimmy!
Hi, thanks.
So, but it's just been really neat because growing up without brothers and sisters, and then finding these sisters, and Kimmy and I we're so super close. We talk almost every day, and we're very like-minded. We're both go-getters. We both have businesses that we run, basically from our homes. We are. It's just neat to be able to have like a sister that you can share similarities with and share life with.
Very fortunate.
Yes.
Very fortunate. Love you.
Love you. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.